Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We are going to be reading out of my Divine Feminine. And again, guys, everybody has a Divine Feminine and Masculine within them. Their yin and their yang. So this applies to both male and female. And again, we entered Pluto in Aquarius in 2025 in the beginning of it, and we are in the rise of the Divine Feminine, the Christos Sophia consciousness. So we'll see what it has to say. And we are still on chapter 1, what is the Divine Feminine? And we're on power of intuition. It says, trusting your instincts can be a difficult thing to do, especially when you have to justify your actions to other people, or if you have been conditioned to be put reasoning above all else. Have you ever been in a situation where there's someone asked you to join them for an activity and your first instinct was to say no? But as you rack your brain for a reason why, you can't come up with one, so you say yes. We have been conditioned to provide plausible excuses that we think too hard for acceptable reasons to say no when it's just I don't want to, or I don't feel like it, suffices. As we learn to lean into our reasoning, we ignore our intuition more and more, so much that our voice dies down. Connection with the Divine Feminine usually creates an environment in us that lets our intuition grow again, as we are more in tune with our internal world. Divine femininity allows us to give credence to our emotions, to make us more aware of our emotional responses. And because we are tuning into our inner world rather than tuning out our intuition, it becomes clearer. We are able to discern the voice guiding us from within, and it becomes much easier to follow our intuition. Increased creativity. Creativity thrives in freedom. When we are tired, exhausted, and scrambling to conform to the world and its arbitrary standards, we do not have the capacity to express ourselves. Take a moment and consider the scenario. Your boss hands you a project. However, you want to do it in the way that you want to do it in the way they've laid it out and put your own input in it. No way is going to be acceptable. You create a first draft, but they reject it because the report is not in an exact format that they laid out. By the time they are done nitpicking it, every enthusiasm that you might have had regarding the project is overshadowed by frustration and the need to get over it as soon as possible. You are no longer interested in the outcome of the project since there is no part of you in it. That's so true. If, however, your boss gave you a general guidelines and let you run with it and listened to your suggestions, helped you to fix your mistakes and any flawed reasoning, the outcome would be much better. You'd feel trusted and you'd feel like your input would be meticulous. Your personality would shine through in the presentation and you'd be much more invested in the project's outcome. When you embrace taking the time to rest and give your body the soul reprieve that from the demands of everyday life, you allow yourself much more freedom. Enough rest, intentional indulgence, self-care, and staple of divine femininity. And this gives you the soul the much needed freedom to show you how creative you can be. Creativity is not confined to literature, art, and music. You can find a new way of approaching a project that has been stumping you for a while, and you may have a eureka moment about the problem that has been keeping you miserable, or you may even find it easier to undertake projects because you feel ready for them. Absolutely, guys. So going inward and going for a quick walk and silencing your mind and surrendering any problems that you have to God, you're going to find the solutions way more quicker than if you stayed up all night thinking about it, talking with your friends, talking with your therapist. the solutions are going to come very quick and easy because divine, you're tapping into that divine flow. So it says enhanced empathy. Putting ourselves in someone else's shoes can be difficult, especially since we never knew what is needed or what to tell them. Empathy shows that we care about the welfare of someone else other than ourselves. And for some people, we cannot afford to. We are so focused on our own problems and situations that it becomes hard for us to think about others. In the modern world, we have become so polarized that people with opposing views and opinions are labeled enemies. In one video, a lady expressed happiness that her father had passed away because she had been conservative and she holds liberal views. I have watched people celebrate something tragic happening to people who hold opposing views, and I admit I even had a moment of schadenfreude. However, an embrace divine femininity allows ourselves to extend grace to others. We become more empathetic. We understand that we are connected through humanity, and even though the views may be harmful to others, we can extend compassion even though we don't have to. The divine feminine is an expression of our humanity and our willingness to allow others to express theirs, even if we may not agree with them. So absolutely, guys. And the bottom line is this: our opinions are formed from our family, from our environment, from the experience that we have been through. So each person's opinion is a valid opinion because it's shaped by all those things. And all those things are different for every unique person on this planet. So we should even be embracing other people's opinions and taking what we need out of those opinions and what we want to receive, and then leaving the rest and allowing people to voice their own voices. That's something that's been lost in my country for a very long time. I hope we regain that in the future. Again, Pluto is in Aquarius. We're moving from that hardworking, overexhaustion to more humanitarian, work smarter, not harder attitude. And it's going to be there till 2043. So I'm hoping during that time period, people have more time to go inward so that they can become one with their divine feminine and balance out their yin and yang and balance out their, divine masculine and their divine feminine. So I hope this helps. I love you all. Have a blessed day and namaste.